the scary part came in where that morning, it was like 5 a.m. I'm getting a bang on my door.
On your door.
On my door, bro.
You did this.
Brother, yes. I know why the jersey's on. I see you.
Come on.
I literally, last episode, I just knew a big splash was done. But the Dolphins coming through, just let's talk about it. Because in the last 24 hours, honestly, in the last 72 hours, it's been a lot going on. Hey, no, don't Millie rock on any block, ever. but I'm going to let you kick it off, fam.
Yeah, man. Welcome to the Church's podcast. The Dolphins got big meats, big meaty meats. They picked up Teron Armstead to protect Tua. They got Tyreek Hill so Tua can throw to him because they want me to be happy, which is rare for me in an NFL team. Most of the teams I've been a fan of in my life have never wanted to see me smile. But the Dolphins, it's like their new coach called me like, hey, man, what do you want? I want a line to protect Tua, and I want somebody that can get open and take the top off of defense.
I'm happy for you because we've been through a lot together, right? We've taken a liking to the Raiders. Clearly, my team that I grew up with is the Colts, and I'm way too loyal to the soil to leave the Colts even when they get Matt Ryan. And I'm telling you right now, the first half of the season, he's going to look really good. I'm telling you right now. I wouldn't even be surprised if they made a trade for another receiver if they don't find anything in the draft. But let's just focus on the Dolphins. I mean, the fact is that y'all needed the most help at O-line and then running back. And so they go out and get Chase Edmonds, followed by Raheem Mostert. You go out and get one of the best, if not the best, left tackles in the game, and Tariq Armstead. And then you go and get Tyreek Hill with 5 draft picks, of which 3 are in this draft, but they're really not that important. And I just think that's amazing. Next year, they didn't sacrifice any first. I think it's just the 4th and the 6th next year. That there's something like that. Just brilliant. I love what's going on. New coach, new system, and the AFC East is wide open because the Patriots only look good because the division was weak, outside of the Bills, you know. And so I honestly think that the Dolphins, I'm saying it right now, they will be the best team in the NFC East. I don't really doubt that. I know Josh Allen, everybody's going to talk about the Bills, all this great stuff. And they kind of addressed, with Von Miller, they kind of addressed the pass rush issue, but he is only one guy. And in my opinion, in this league, if you want a dominant pass rush, you need you really need a good front 7, 2 of which those guys are pretty much stars. So anyway, man, I'm happy to see that the Dolphins are doing well. All I can pray for your sanity, and so you don't hurt yourself, bro, is that Tua stays healthy. That's the only thing outside it. Like, if he can't stay healthy, even though I still feel like they need more help, which I'm sure they'll use a draft pick. You can always find really good gems in the O-line later in the draft. But if he can't stay healthy after this, they just got to move on.
Bro, honestly, Teron Armstead is a big help, but that line still needs work. It's a step in the right direction for sure. But we addressed the issue at left tackle. Right tackle is where the main issue is. But Jesse Davis is awful. He's a turnstile, basically. People go through him on their way to mounting the quarterback.
Mounting. That's a great way to put it, a turnstile. Just hips opening up,
He is no good.
Guess who comes off that side in your division? Von Miller. You're going to need a good right tackle.
Yeah. But we'll see. It's a long time until the season rolls around. It's end of March now, so we got a good 4 or 5 months until we get going.
Well, guess what I can be happy about, bro?
What's that?
because I mean, on the NFL side, I don't think I saw anything else. Any other teams doing anything else, but I could be happy about the Celtics, who are on a freaking roll tonight. I mean, starting in January, I think they were ninth place in the East. Now they're pretty much tied for first. And they may very well, at this momentum, at this rate, they may end up being first in the East before the season's over. And it's great to see good basketball, man. Marcus Smart has been amazing. You know, some good stuff going on there. The West is kind of the same, but what's funny is I know you're not a big fan of Kyrie. I used to be, but some things happen, okay? But the point is tonight, the Nets played the Grizzlies, bro, and the Grizzlies did not have John Morant. And the Nets had Kyrie, KD. KD scored like 35 or something like that. Kyrie scored 43 points, and they still lost, which goes back to exactly, bro. Goes back to my point last year, even when they had Harden, that outside of those guys, there is no team. There's really no skeleton. There's nothing there. It's just those guys and then everybody else. And I saw that when the Celtics played them throughout the year, you know, Kyrie or not, and beat them pretty badly. But, you know, I'm just excited about the NBA finally again because, yeah, the Celtics have been on this run for 3-4 weeks. But I'm saying I'm excited because I feel like I'm looking at a very dangerous playoff team when I'm watching the Celtics. So I encourage you to start tuning in, man. I'll start hitting you up when like games are going on or whatever with some games you should probably follow because I guarantee you won't be disappointed at the playoffs this year simply because of the East. I guarantee it, bro.
I usually tune in. I don't watch the regular season because
that's a lot of people.
Regular season really doesn't matter. It's really just for seeding. And outside of a couple, like, you know, like the 6 through 8 seeds, usually it's the same teams every year, with the exception of a couple of them. Yeah. But yeah, I'll start tuning into the playoffs. Usually the second round of the playoffs is when I start actually watching it because the first round is usually a bunch of touching. The 1 seed usually touches on the 8 seed.
Bro, every now and then you get a really good series in the first round. But I can't blame because even we talked about last episode, you know, your love for Steve Nash after he retired, you pretty much retired. I got to be honest, bro. If it wasn't for the Celtics, I probably wouldn't watch basketball too much. You know what I'm saying? I like certain players, but not enough to turn my TV on and stop doing what I'm doing with my daughters or my wife or something. But the Celtics is like, all right, how do I watch this as well as do other stuff? Because this is going to happen. I'm going to watch it. I mean, it's just young guys, Tatum, JB. I love the guys that are coming on like Robert Williams, Peyton Pritchard. People that were counted out, getting Daniel Tice back was good. So I'm loving what I'm seeing right now. Obviously, there's still Giannis in the East. There's still, you know, the Heat, who are a pretty difficult team when the time is right. But we'll see about that. And then lastly, you know, today, as we're recording, by the time this is uploaded, hopefully the Sweet 16 will be either taking place or over. But there's some really, really good matchups, you know, coming up. So, you know, I don't know if you've looked at any, but I still feel very strongly that North Carolina is going to beat UCLA. Even though I don't want to sleep on UCLA, I got Purdue continuing to move on past Iowa State. Not Iowa State, St. Peter's. What were some other matchups that I saw? I think Duke's going to win. UNC's going to win. Arizona's definitely going to win. And we'll go from there. But who would be your MVP prediction in the NBA?
I keep up with it on Twitter. I follow basketball accounts and sports accounts on Twitter. And according to Twitter, Embiid is having a really good season. But
he's having a great season. I can't lie. I think he'll get it simply because the NBA treats the MVP like a participation award, where Giannis he's a 2-time MVP. Honestly, I thought he should have won MVP last year, but the NBA did what they did, knowing that Jokic, yeah, that team would be horrible without him, but they're also horrible with him.
Jokic is the ugliest.
That has nothing to do with it, you know, but I get it. And
his brothers are uglier than he is.
Be careful what you say about the brothers of Jokic.
Bro,
We are the brothers of Jokic.
I threatened Vladimir Putin last episode. I think I
Yeah.
can. I'm not worried about Jokic's brothers. They're ugly as hell, and they can come see about me. It's fine.
Oh my God.
I don't care.
But now, man, Jokic is doing what he's doing. He's putting up great numbers. And there's always that, if the Nuggets didn't have him, they'd suck. Well, they don't do anything with him.
Yeah, they
What is
suck now.
MVP? What is MVP? To me, MVP is you take the top 10 players, right? You look at those top 10, where are their teams? All right, now let's rank them based on the success of their teams and where they are in that top 10. And that way you can get a really efficient gauge on it. But again, they stopped giving Bron MVP years ago. They didn't give Kobe some of the MVPs that he deserved, but it's a participation award. Well, this guy had it enough and blah, blah, blah. In my opinion, more last year than this year, Giannis should have got his third MVP because, look what happened. I was saying he should have won MVP before the season ended, and they ended up winning the freaking finals, and he got finals MVP. But whatever, man. I think Joel he deserves it for sure. If they don't give it to Joel, I think Giannis should get it because, again, he's a top 2 team in the East right now. And still averaging crazy numbers. He's like third in scoring and averaging 11 point something rebounds and like 8 assists. It's crazy. It's crazy, but we'll see, man. But outside of that, bro, like I said, very happy for the Dolphins. And I know you play Madden. I'll get back into Madden, pretty soon in a couple of months. But at the end of the day, if y'all ain't playing, the connected franchise, man. If y'all are not playing connected franchise on Madden, you're missing out because there's a lot of modes like, Superstar. There's the Madden Ultimate Team, which is fun. It's great. It's cool. It's something you can do independently. But if you can get a good connected franchise, as a matter of fact, man, if y'all have a good connected franchise, comment. For everybody that's watching, please like and subscribe. We'd appreciate the support. But if you know anything about any leagues that have been going on, in my opinion, the best leagues have gone on for at least 3 or 4 years now, that haven't lost their core guys. And by core guys, it's at least 15 to 20 people. So, if you would spam that below, let us know because we're looking for really good leagues to stay in where the rules aren't so, ruling. There's no dictatorship, but it's a good, fun league to be in. Do you know of any, bro?
Nope. I got kicked out of my league because
You're getting kicked out of a league. No way.
I didn't do anything. I had the Bears and Justin Fields, he would sell me and he would throw a bad interception and I would just make all my players dive and I would just give up a pick six on purpose. Because if the game's going to sell me, I'm going to let the game get its money's worth. But I got kicked out of that league because they said that was poor sportsmanship. But I'm giving the other guy 7 points. So I just didn't care enough to fight to plead my case because I'm also playing Madden less than I was anyway. Connect the franchise. It's a grind, man. If you want to build your team as good as you possibly can, it's a grind. I don't like to build my team as good as I possibly can. It's too much work, too much commitment for me. I just rely on being better than people at the game. I don't need a super great team. I just like to be better than the people I play. It might be a good time to mention that this jersey here, this is all I'm wearing. I'm not wearing pants.
Oh.
Ever since the news broke earlier today, I've been out. I've been out in the breeze, bro.
You have a son, bro.
He's been out too. Father and son, we have both been out.
Exposed to the world.
Getting
have
a nice
you left
breeze.
the house?
No.
Okay. Well, it's not real. It's not real. You're not bold. Nobody respects it.
Nah.
Oh, man. Bro, I don't know why I even thought of this, but I got to ask because I didn't notice while I was over there. Do you pay attention or do you care about the toilet paper being over or under?
I don't really care. I prefer it to be over,
Yes, I'm
but
glad you.
but if it's under, I don't really give too much of a shit. Like I'm not gonna fix it.
I'll fix it. You know why?
Uh,
Because I'm super freaking tall, bro, and I need to just be able to yank it from the top, basically. If I'm blowing my nose or something like that, because when women use the restroom, traditionally they sit down. For those that stand up, you are champions. I don't know how you do it, and you probably have to clean up a lot. But women sit down, and so it's easier for them to like go under because they're always sitting or whatever. But I like literally blow my nose a lot, and it is a pet peeve when it's under and I gotta like go down and reach.
right, 9 times out of 10, bro, I'm also sitting down.
Really?
Even when I'm peeing, because half the time I'm on my phone, and I don't want to be like standing and hold my phone and then like I just drop it because I don't know what it is in my hands, bro. I just drop stuff sometimes. And if I drop my phone in the toilet, it's a bad day. But if I'm sitting down, there's like a very very small percent chance that it goes in the toilet when I drop it.
Yeah.
Um,
I remember you telling me you pee sitting down. Like,
mhm.
what's that like?
It's just like shitting, except you're not shitting. That's exactly what it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just on my phone for 30 seconds, 30 stress-free seconds that I don't have to worry about dropping my phone in the toilet.
Mm.
And then I finish peeing, and then I get up and I pull up my britches, I flush the toilet, and I wash my hands because I'm not a monster.
That sounds like a fluid system, bro. How about this? If I was arrested and you got wind of it, in your mind, what do you think I did?
You probably put your hands on somebody, honestly.
Most likely.
Yeah, if it was like, oh, Gene got arrested, he finally snapped, being the friendly, gentle giant. It's a trick. You can't fool me.
You've seen it.
I know.
You've seen it.
I know the fire that burns inside. You can hide it from everybody else. You can't hide it from me.
Now I'm a nice guy, bro.
Shit, me. Yeah, you ain't tricking me, bro.
I feel like if if it were you, it's
Oof.
probably assaulting a cop or just
Nah, bro. Blue lives. I love them. They're my favorite kind of lives. The blue ones.
I'm not taking you seriously right now. But I could see you getting pissed off with a cop and either just not complying to the point where you're like, take me to jail. Just take me.
Mm-hmm.
Or I
Yeah.
could see you doing that or actually like going at it with him, like getting rough with a cop. Yeah. hey, hey, hey,
Put them
hey.
up. Put them up. Nah, man. Actually, when my last job, when I was moving furniture, we moved someone from Birmingham up to Massachusetts.
Okay. Wow.
And yeah, and I put an address in my GPS. I'm following my GPS, and it takes me on this road where apparently commercial vehicles aren't allowed to be on.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just following my GPS, so I get pulled over, and the cop is like, "Where are you guys coming from?" And on the side of the moving truck, there's like the address where the headquarters is.
Yeah.
So the cop's standing on the step of the truck because like it's like a big moving truck. So
Right,
he
right, right.
stepped up on the step to talk to me. So where are you guys moving or where are you guys coming from? And I just kind of put my hand out the window and I pointed at the address on the side of the truck that he's standing right beside. And he didn't appreciate that very much. But
There's always that power trip guy, right? Which is almost all of them.
but yeah, he didn't like that very much, and he wrote me a ticket that I didn't have to pay because my job paid it because it's not my fault. I'm trying to get there in the most timely manner possible.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, man, I don't think I would ever get physical with a police officer, but I will run my mouth. But that has been evident my entire life. I have always and will always run my mouth.
Speaking of, I've always had this question because we technically have been in this position, but I always thought, like, if it came down to it, would Jonathan snitch? Have you ever snitched on anybody?
Hmm.
Like serious trouble? Because
Okay.
I've run into a situation with a friend when push comes to shove, like they just get it's
Here
lip service.
is here's how down I am about not snitching. When we were kids, we were younger children, like 11, 12 years old. My brother did something, and my parents thought that I did it, but I didn't snitch, and I got grounded for a month because I didn't snitch on my brother.
You held it down.
I held it down. I got grounded for a month because I
Like,
didn't snitch on my brother. And when you're a kid, getting grounded for a month, that's damn near the electric chair in like adult life. But yeah, bro, I didn't snitch on my brother. I don't think I've ever snitched on anybody before, but thankfully I've never been in a situation to snitch. Like that was like really like, had big ramifications.
yeah.
But yeah, I haven't. Don't think I would. And in my adult life, I don't see me being in a situation where I would have to snitch because
Bro,
I come home.
in a situation where the normal average guy would snitch. But I think I told you this story before. We were freshmen at Alabama State University. Shout out my Hornets, Hornet Pride. And we were in a specific dorm. I'm not going to get too specific with the details, but we were in a dorm on campus, me, Twan, Memphis, Memphis, and Luther, man. And they were across the hall from us. And we decided to have a war room to room. Their door was directly in front of ours, and there's a hallway in between. We're 18-year-old idiots, man. So we start throwing like these, I don't know if they were like protein pills, something that Luther had that he didn't care about. We're literally throwing pills at each other and like opening and closing the door strategically so that we wouldn't get hit and all. It was just the dumbest thing. Then we started throwing shoes, bro. And shampoo. And then once the shampoo burst, we literally started throwing like actual water, not bottles of water, but like literally like squeezing a water bottle, throwing water at each other through the doors, bro. And it's like me and Luther got to the point where we locked the door to like take a break because we were tired. It was just crazy. We were doing this for over an hour, believe it or not. It was crazy, bro. Like, talk about nothing to do. A specific member of the group goes into the stairwell. We were both at the corner of the hall. So we were right by the stairwell. Gets a fire hydrant. And I'm looking through the peephole like there's no way. Bro, pulls the pin. And it gets pulls the pin. Gives me the Scarface, like the Scarface line. And just sprays down the door. Of course, I'm not going to open it, but it went over the keyhole. And like 5 seconds later, he's like, bro, I can't stop this thing. I can't stop it. I'm like, yo, what are you on? Run. He goes and shuts his door. And I hear the fire extinguisher still going, bro. Still going. Bro, it finally stopped. I opened, like the fire alarm went off the whole dorm. There's 2 floors. Roughly, I'd say it's 4 people to a suite. It was probably like 100 people there. And the fire alarm was going off. Nobody knows why. I opened the door. The first floor looks like a freaking haunted house. Like, not the hall, the whole floor. Like, it was smoke and all the dust and everywhere. It looked like snow was on the ground from that one fire extinguisher. It wasn't even that big. And I'm like, what did we just do? So we act like we're like, I put on a hoodie and all this stuff. We act like we don't know what's going on. We're complaining with everybody else. Like, what idiot did this? knowing that I knew who it was, we knew who it was. We walk outside. This is college, so it's a little bit quick on the response. 3, 4 fire trucks policemen are pulling up like crazy. Like, what's going on? Everybody's outside. Some people in like pajamas. It's late at night. It's probably like 9, 10 o'clock. It wasn't that bad. But it's late at night, pajamas on, people like cold. And we're looking like, yo. And it was 4 of us that I counted, remember, to start it off. It was only 3 of us outside. Somebody took off with their girlfriend and ditched us. And we was like, whoa, okay, it's like that. You know what I mean? We explained some of that later. You know, we cool with Buddy now, but you know what I mean? The snitching part came into play after that. So the police are asking everybody, interviewing every single person what they know. It's easy for me to not say anything to police. I've been doing that since I was like 6 years old, man. So the scary part came in where that morning, it was like 5 a.m. I'm getting a bang on my door.
On your door.
On my door, bro.
You did this. 5 a.m. It's a little early, bro. Damn. Start the day off right. Oh boy.
Okay. I'm getting a bang on my door. A bang on my door.
There you go.
I get a bang on my door. It's 5 a.m, bro. And I'm like, where I was laying in the bed, I was right next to it. So me being me, I'm like, this is probably one of the basketball players or the coach or something like that. It was the lady that leaves the dorm. What do they call them?
RAs.
RA, thank you. Anyway, they went to the RA opens the door. Hey, Gene, I'm about to kick you out of school. We got cameras. I just need you to tell me the truth. Who did this? My reply was, at the time, I wasn't who I am today. Y'all ain't got no darn, you know the other word. Y'all ain't got no darn cameras. Leave me alone. And I rolled over like a G. She closed the door. Well, on the way to close the door, she's like, all right, I'm going to do the paperwork. I wake up. I fake slept, right? I waited about 10 minutes. I called, and I called Twan, and his phone, he picked up like immediately. I was like, you saw that? He's like, yeah, bro, I was waiting on you to hit me up. Is everything good? I was like, you know, you good with me, man. You know, all this stuff good with me. Everybody good. And my boy Luke was in the room with me. And like, we good, Luke. Everybody good. Just stick to what I say. Everything, I told him everything I said, like, stick to that. Do not let them sweat you. They don't have no cameras. They just trying to spook us. Kid you not, after that day, we never heard a word again. Ever.
Yeah, buddy.
And they had the funny part is that we messed up the entire first floor. So the rest of that semester, they had to move us out into a better dorm. So it was a win-win.
There you go.
I had a lot of fun and got into a better dorm on the way. But that's one of my favorite stories to tell, bro.
Another story about not snitching. We were in middle school, 8th grade, and we were at the lunch table. And whatever reason, we were like, you know what? We're going to race back to class just because we can. They let us out of lunch, and we're going down the hallway. Gone, running as fast as we can. And we're running, and out of the corner of my eye, I see Miss Clinner, and she is in Miss Brassfield's room.
I ain't heard that name in years, dude.
Miss Clinner is my mortal enemy.
Oh yeah.
We had beef, bro. She just didn't like me. I was always in trouble for some reason. But I see her out of the corner of my eye because she was a bigger woman and she was always wearing the purple Pleasant Grove shirt. So I see a big grimace-like blob in my peripheral vision.
Blob, bro?
Yep, blob. A grimace-like blob. And I'm like, oh, we got company, bro. We gotta bust a move right fast. So we took a right into the bathroom. In the bathroom in that hallway, it's just the hallway, then like the hallway to the bathroom. There's no door. It's just a long hallway. So we went in the bathroom and got right behind the corner and just put our backs against the wall. And Miss Clinton knew if anybody in that school, if any two people are going to be doing any kind of shenanigans, it was us.
That's right.
By the time she looked up, we were past the door. She didn't see us. She just heard us. Mm-hmm. And she walked to the hallway of the bathroom and she just yells out, "Jonathan and Eugene." And we just kind of stood there for a second, like, what are we going to do? And then in your infinite wisdom, you just yelled out. You just yelled out that you were doing.
I forgot about that. I forgot about that. I said that?
Yeah. Your exact words were, I'm boo-booing.
I needed to buy time. I had to buy time.
But I wasn't ready for it, so it fucked me up. And I couldn't stop laughing. And eventually we just came out and faced the Reaper. And the whole time she was getting on to us, I couldn't stop laughing. And she got even more upset that we wouldn't stop laughing.
I don't know how my brain works this way, John, but I promise you, I've told you this years ago. 80 to 90% of the funny stuff we did, I can never remember what we did or what I said. You remind me so much of the funny stuff I've said. And I'm like, why don't I remember that? That's gold. Like that's
how it works for me as well. People will say stuff like, "Who said that?" You said that a while back. I was like,
don't recall. It's just high volume, bro. We're just always on point, I guess. I guess some stuff just slips between the cracks.
There's been more funny stuff that I've forgotten than I remember for sure. But
I feel you.
But that stuck out just because just how funny it was that you told the teacher that you were in the middle of a number 2.
Mm-hmm.
It was immediately though, like we had just got in there and you were already pants down.
In my mind, it's like that's why I was running, because I really had to go.
Bro, when I was in I was young, I was in like K4 kindergarten, and I really had to go. Yeah. But I was in after school care, and in after school care, they would have you in the classroom, and then they would take you outside to play for a while throughout the day. Mm-hmm. And when you acted up in after school care, they wouldn't put you in timeout when you're in the classroom. They put you in timeout once you went outside to make it hurt more. So you see all your friends having fun, and you got to sit there in timeout because you wanted to be bad. But I don't know what I did to get put in timeout, but I was in timeout. We were going outside, and on the way out, I had to go number 2, bad. Yeah. And on the way outside, I'm like, "Hey, I need to go to the bathroom." And the teacher's like, "Nah, you're not playing that because you're going to try to wait your time out in the bathroom." And I was like, "It's not what I'm doing. I gotta make brown." And she wasn't doing it. So I had to go sit out there in timeout. And the whole time, bro, I'm like rocking back and forth, bro. I got something knocking on my back door. And finally, she says, "You can be out of timeout." And she kind of felt bad when she saw me run back towards the school and not out to my friends. Like, oh, I guess he really had to go.
Yep.
And I did. And I was like 4 or 5, and I had a belt on. And that thing might as well have been a padlock, bro. I was fighting with that thing like I've never fought before in my life. And I finally get it undone. And as I turn around to shit, I turned and I just it just slung it just slung out. Imagine a spaghetti noodle and you just wave it. That's what it was like.
You had some Tokyo Drift action?
Bro, a turd slid. It drifted out of my ass, and it just plopped
That's
on the
usually where
floor.
they come from. Mm-hmm.
And it just plopped on the floor next to the toilet.
I thought it made it.
No.
I can hear it. I can hear it in my head.
Just a soggy plop.
Oh, I can't.
It was a soggy plop, and I just looked at it for a second, and I was like, you know what? We gave it
That's
a
on
good
her.
fight. We gave it a good fight. We did all we could do. I wiped. I put the toilet paper in the toilet and flushed it, and I left that log sitting there, bro. That somebody else's problem to deal with.
Well, bro, I cannot judge you because I've had intentions that were different than yours. You fought to do the right thing, and I fought to do the wrong thing in Coach Satterfield's class. But we won't talk about that today. We'll save that for another time. It has been a great time.
I think about that often.
I don't know how often. It's not a good thought. I try to forget it.
I'm always baffled about why you decided to do
I
it.
promise you, to this day, it was an act of rebellion. It had nothing to do with anything else but just to piss him off.
Well,
check.
Your ass sat down that whole period.
I'm so glad I found Jesus, bro.
Yeah.
Wow. But anyway, I think this is a good point to stop, man. Thank you guys again for tuning in to the Trickster Podcast. Always like and subscribe. We appreciate y'all as we continue to grow this platform. But other than that, man, we'll be coming at you with some more sports news later on in the week. Peace.
Yeah.